Hello guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'm back with my Forex weekly analysis. As usual, we'll be discussing about dollar index chart and then we'll move to individual currencies and we'll also discuss few commodities. Starting with dollar index, as you can see, we are not seeing the current candle, though as it's Monday and market has done a good movement as per the fact that it's Monday today and market generally does a minor pullback. It tries to settle down, but today a good movement has happened. But anyways, for us, more important is this candle, which is closed. Okay. But again, if you notice, this candle is formed again in the range which we discussed last week also, that market is moving, this moving average, if you notice, is acting as a very strong support, and this is my resistance. So we were following the daily time frame, and last week everything went picture perfect. If you remember, if you would have watched my weekly analysis video, I discussed this chart, and when I was discussing on Monday, so this was the support trend line. Okay, moving average is also almost acting as a support itself, and this is my resistance line. Okay, so this is my range of support and resistance. So when I was discussing on Monday, after Monday, this was the Monday close, and after this we are bullish, but I mentioned that around Thursday or Wednesday or max by Thursday, you would see that if market reaches around here and if you get a bearish candlestick, then you should be switching to sell. So that's what happened. This was the Monday candle, then Tuesday market went up, Wednesday market went up, Thursday we saw a bearish candlestick set up here, and that's where Friday market went down, and it was a sell confirmation. So I was on both side of the market, and in fact, if you would have been following the daily time frame, when this bullish when the bullish candlestick was closed, I was on the buying side, targeting till here. And when the bearish candlestick confirmation was there in Thursday, I switched to selling, and I was on the sell side until Friday, and Friday I closed my trades. So that's how the plan was, and which worked pretty well. So this week also, let's say today, if the market closes bullish also, still I'll not buy because market is very near to the resistance. If the same formation was happening, would have happened here the way it has formed the previous time, I would have definitely been buying till here. But as the market has formed a bullish candlestick confirmation, but at the resistance, almost near to the resistance, so I'll wait for a bearish candlestick confirmation to sell, or I'll wait for the breakout on either of these side. Okay, so that would be my analysis for dollar. I would still trade on daily closings because market is still sideways. If you see weekly, market is in a range. It hasn't confirmed anything on the sell or on the buy. So on the daily time frame, if I see market is near to the resistance, I would prefer for a sell confirmation, and then I'll switch to sell, and I would be targeting till here only when I get a bearish candlestick confirmation. So currently that is also not confirmed. So keep following this range, and let's say on Tuesday, if you see a bearish pin bar, or if you see a rejection setup like this, or you see an engulfing formation in by Wednesday, so then you should be trading on dollar. More inclination is towards selling because market is near to the resistance. Okay, but the candle confirmation is strongly bullish if it closes like this. So there's also a possibility market can break out on the upside. So I would say that just now dollar is very sensitive to trade on. You should wait for a proper confirmation, for which if you're trading on a daily time frame also, you should be waiting for a proper daily close, either for a sell at the resistance or buy at the support, or the breakout of either the support or resistance. So dollar is clearly not indicating much. So we'll not depend much on dollar this week as if now when I'm doing the analysis. Let's check other charts without relying on dollar. Let's see other currencies if we have any confirmations. Because yes, if dollar tells us something, if dollar gives a clear confirmation, then things become very easy to analyze, because we know if dollar is strong, euro becomes weak and things like that. Correlation works very well that way. But this week, that's not the scenario. So we need to wait. We need to wait for, because market is settling a lot. If you see, more of range bound trading is happening because market moved a lot due to COVID-19. There was a major movement that has happened, and that's why market is settling also, for taking a longer time to settle and decide which trend to follow. So it's doing a proper sideways range bound movement. So buy the support, sell at the resistance is the best thing to do. Now moving to the individual currencies. Before that, I can also check gold and oil, what it's doing. So gold chart. So today we'll not do much of correlation, especially with dollar. We'll try to figure out each weekly candle what it's trying to tell. So also if you notice gold, the same thing like dollar, it's again moving in a range. It's not either breaking the high nor breaking the low. So can you see dollar and gold, again it's correlating here. Both are correlated in the sense that both are sideways. Okay. If one was trending, the other one would also have been trending. So that's how the correlation is. If dollar would have been bullish and would have broken out on the upside, then there would have been a clear confirmation for sell for gold, right? But as dollar is sideways, so there's a clear thing that gold is also looking sideways. We had this pin bar, but after that the market is neither it has broken the low of the pin bar if you see, nor it has broken the high. So which is clear confirmation of a sideways movement. You can clearly see on a daily chart as well. See, this is a clear sideways movement. We also call this as a symmetrical triangle formation where the highs are getting lower and lows are getting higher, which means breakout can happen on either of these sides. So you should wait for the breakout because range is also becoming lesser, it's contracting. So you don't have good risk to reward to trade. Okay, if you're trading on a smaller time frame, then it's fine. If you're not a swing trader, if you're an intraday trader, then definitely you can utilize the sideways movement in gold, buying at the support, selling at the resistance. So you can do that. But if you're a swing trader or let's say a higher positional trader, then you should wait for the breakout and then you should be trading. So that's about gold. Oil, again, the way, let's check how the weekly candle has closed. So weekly candle has clearly indicated for a buy in the sense that there was a rejection from last two, previous to this week, previous week, there was last 2 weeks market was constantly rejecting this price, definitely because there's a very low price for it to be. So what clearly you can see is market is looking to do a pullback at least till around this area. Okay. Or if you see if I see the daily time frame, then I have a clear resistance which is around this. If market breaks this resistance, then I would expect that market can go a little further up. Okay, so once it breaks out, then again if I go to the weekly time frame, once this level breaks out, then I can clearly draw a Fibonacci from high to low. Just a second. I'll just change a few settings. Sorry. Yeah, I would use one color, would always prefer that. Yes. So now you can see from high to low. If you see there is 23.6 level, there is 38.2. Okay, there's some confusion here. Okay, and this Fibonacci might confuse. I'll take a simpler one. We need to change the settings here. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, yeah. So 100, what all levels we use is 23.6, 0%, 88.6. Okay, we don't need this one. We don't need this one. So 0%, 23.6, 38.2, 50%. Not this one. We need 78.6. 88.6 is there, so we can type also. Yeah, now this will be better. So I've set it as default. I'll make the changes later. So coming back to the default setting, you can just have to, yeah, Why I'm using this, because that is a little complete, that is a higher version of Fibonacci, a different version. So this one you can simply use the default version where there's 23.6, 38.2, 50% and like that. So here if you notice also, what I would expect that market can do a pullback till 38.2 max to max. If it breaks out above this trend line, then you can expect the market to do the pullback till 50%. Okay, so that's a max pullback I'm expecting for oil, which is a price of 36, around this price. If this trend line breaks, if that breaks, then you can be on the buying side. If it's rejecting, then you should be on the selling side. So you can still do trading, but don't prefer oil, like I've been saying every week. Don't prefer in terms of investment purpose or long-term trading. You can just still keep trading between the range. So yes, as it is at the resistance, if you get a sell confirmation, a candlestick confirmation in 4 hourly, like what time frame I use is 4 hourly, then I would be on the selling side. If it breaks out, then I would switch to buy and target till here. So that's the plan for oil. Now moving ahead with the currencies. So major currencies we will discuss, but today we'll not correlate in the sense with dollar, what we talk about strong currencies, weak currencies, because like we discussed with dollar, dollar is completely indecisive. So if you see in Euro USD also, okay, the same thing is, though it's a bearish body dominating candle, but again it's rejecting this support. Can you see from last few weeks? And this moving average itself is acting as a resistance. If I open a daily time frame, things will be better. So see, it's again the same range bound trading which is happening. So yes, there's a bearish momentum, no doubt about it. But for euro, there was a bearish momentum when dollar was strong, and when dollar became weak, then euro was trying to shift up. So once this breaks out, then things will be better. So like for example, currently euro USD, you should wait for the market to give you a bullish candlestick confirmation, and then you can be on the buying side. Okay, like we have more inclination for dollar to sell, then automatically we would have more inclination for euro USD to buy. Okay, now again same way, if I check about JP USD, let me first check weekly. So whichever time frames weekly is indecisive, I'm moving to daily time frame. So here the best thing I would feel is draw Fibonacci from high to low. Okay, as you can see 38.2. It's playing in between 50% to 38.2, the level if you see. Again, I see is a more of a range bound trading is happening after this big movement. So again, I'll go to daily time frame. Okay, I'll remove everything. Let's see. So this is my range for GPUSD. As it is at the support, I would be looking to buy, right? And till this resistance. So this is more like a channel formation also. Okay, so you would be looking to buy until unless this doesn't breaks out. If it breaks out, then it's a very strong sell, because as it's a vertical move on the upside, once this market closes, I mean breaks on the downside, then you would be expecting a vertical fall till here. Okay, and same goes with if it breaks out on the upside, then you will see the huge movement till here. So that's the thing with GPUSD. It does a lot of big movements, but you have to wait for it to break out on either of the side. Like GPUSD currently, if the daily candle closes like a buy confirmation, I would be on the buying side targeting till here. So trade more on daily confirmations. Rather, it's more like a not a weekly analysis. I would say it's more like a daily analysis, because weekly it's all indecisive. It's all sideways. Okay. Most of the candlesticks are half body, half wick, or there's a spinning top where there's indecision, or it's not sticking out. It's in between the phase. So that's why it's better to use daily time frame. Same goes with New Zealand USD. If the candle closes like bearish, you can be on the sell side. So I'll still once check the weekly close as well, because that's I always do that. So weekly also, if you determine its overall pattern, if I have to see, not the candlestick confirmation just. So you can clearly see a breakout pullback, which I discussed last week also. So I'll be on the bearish side of New Zealand USD. And if you see on the daily front as well, daily time frame, if it closes like a bearish confirmation, bearish engulfing, then I would be on the sell side targeting till the support. Once the support breaks, then you will see a clear downside movement. So that would be my New Zealand USD again. Now moving to AUD USD, again similar pattern. And if I talk about this is the daily time frame. Again, if I talk about the weekly time frame, there's a clear breakout pullback setup. Again, I can show you if you haven't seen in the previous weekly video. So this is a clear breakout pullback setup. So yes, more inclination is towards this pair to be on the downside, basically AUD getting weak and eventually dollar becoming strong, or one of the case. Okay, if you get a bearish candlestick confirmation on a daily time frame, then I would be on the sell side. If it breaks out, then you can see the change of momentum. So we have discussed Euro, GBP, New Zealand, AUD. Today we are not talking about which currency is strong, which is weak, because dollar itself is very indecisive. So you will see a very range bound movement. So best is check the direction on a daily time frame and enter either in 4-hourly or hourly time frame and do range bound trading. So there's not one currency which is gaining strength or is very strong or very weak. Everything is sideways. So there's no point discussing which currency is more stronger. So that ways. Now talking about this one, weekly time frame. So there was a clear rejection here, and market has today has already moved a lot. Especially JPY, I think, has become weak, because if dollar would have become strong, then all the dollar pairs we would have been seeing this movement. So let me check JPY pair. Or in fact, dollar also. Yeah, see, Euro JPY, which means if Euro JPY is going up, which means JPY is becoming weak. So yeah, there would be some news regarding JPY where JPY is looking like a weak pair. Another thing, again, coming back to the weekly analysis, it has moved a lot. So again, you can see on a daily time frame, you can figure out the range. So everywhere you can see your range forming, right? Or you can call this that it has broken out the range, right? More like a wedge pattern, where if it closes the way it is, then you can expect the next resistance, which is nearby only. You can expect the market to go up till here. So USD JPY, though it has moved a lot today, so I would say that today there's no point entering at this price. If you get a confirmation to enter tomorrow after pullback, it should be better. Now next is USD CHF, starting with the weekly time frame again. See, again sideways, alternate candles, most of it. One bearish, one bullish, then again one bullish, here indecisive. So again a range bound trading. And moving average itself is acting as a resistance. So I don't need to draw the resistance. Support, yes, we can draw. You can see this support area, right? So as in when you get a bearish confirmation is already there. So you can be on the sell side, put your stop losses and target till here. So that's about USD CHF. I think we have discussed all the dollar pairs. This is USD CAD. Weekly time frame, again USD CAD, you can clearly see market has been sideways. So when I'm saying weekly, 4-5 candles also are moving in a range, so overall market is sideways. You can clearly see that on a daily time frame, because in weekly one candle is closing in 1 week, so each candle has a lot of importance. So here if you see clearly, you can see in daily that it has been moving in a range from almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks, right? So again, we would wait for the market to either be at the resistance or at the support, and accordingly you can do trading. So yeah, all the pairs, I don't want to get into cross pairs now, because major we have discussed commodities, and we have also discussed dollar index. So everything looks range bound. Just I would suggest for this week, keep checking every day. Market closes at 2:30 early morning. If it's possible for you, you can check the daily close, or next day morning when you are trading, first check the daily close. If it's at the support or if it's at the resistance, prefer those trades. Okay, don't prefer these trades where market is in between, neither at the support nor at the resistance. Okay, there could be different ways of drawing support and resistance. When I see this chart, I can see this also level as a level of support. So whichever you think is a good support area, in order to decide which support line is better, now the judgment is on Fibonacci. So that's where you should draw a Fibonacci from low till high And you can see this one is coinciding with 50%, this one is coinciding with 61.8. So both are good. Basically what you can see, if at this level you get a bullish candlestick formation closing, then you can buy from here itself. Keep your stop losses below this, or if you're keeping near to this and your stop loss gets hit, then again buy around this area. So both levels are important. One is coinciding around 50, one is around 61.8. So if it fails 50%, then 61.8 will come into action. Okay, so that's about USD CAD. So overall analysis, again, I'm not discussing about individual currency strength because nothing is trending. Everything is sideways. Everything is balanced. I mean, balanced in the sense more in a range movement. So just keep checking daily closings and accordingly trade on either enter in hourly time frame or 4 hourly if you're a swing trader. If you are a intraday trader, then you can continue with a smaller time frames, even smaller. But do proper range bound. Buy at the support, sell at the resistance till the time breakouts are not happening. So trade with proper stop losses. If any time breakout happens, so you are just out with proper risk management. Okay. So thank you guys. That's about for this week. Okay. Next week, if any breakouts happen, then we definitely would have good, very strong setups in a weekly time frame itself. For now, that's it. Have a happy trading week. If anything, please post it on the comment box or any queries, I'll try to add it up in my next video. Thank you guys.